the first $10 trillion company. So Microsoft is over $1 trillion. Amazon was over $1 trillion, is close. Apple's close to $1 trillion. So due to the law of accelerating returns, companies are getting bigger faster. I mean, Amazon's only been in business since the 90s, Microsoft since the 70s, and Apple, not sure exactly when they were started, but they haven't been around all that long either. So Uber was valued at $60 billion after like 5 or 6 years. Airbnb had a massive valuation after just a few years. So because of the law of accelerating returns, companies are getting more and more valuable, more and more quickly. So the next generation of companies, like a generation ago, there was no tech companies as the largest valuation companies. They were all oil companies or things of that nature. And then it's only been the last, maybe 5 or 10 years that tech companies have taken over. So the next companies that will be valued, at perhaps 5 billion, 10 trillion, with a T. The next companies that will be valued at 5 trillion or 10 trillion will be the winners of the AI and possibly other things such as blockchain and VR, IoT. Now, these may or may not be Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, Netflix, because there's a lot of disruption that happens. It could happen in a big company, it could happen in a smaller company. So there's a famous saying that change happens more slowly in the short run than people expect. People think there's going to be that's why things go through hype cycles, like AI went through a lot of hype cycles. But the amount of change in the long run is greater than people expect. Like, if you went back to your great-grandparents and brought them to today, they would think, they were not even living on planet Earth. To go from just like, like a farming type Earth to, the skyscrapers and everything that we have today, and jet planes and internet and artificial intelligence, it's basically unfathomable. And they say that in the next 2 years, the amount of data that's generated will be more than has been generated all through history up to today. So the laws of accelerating returns. So the first $10 trillion companies are going to be the leaders in AI and possibly VR, blockchain, Internet of Things, and they're going to be huge.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.